Hey, what's up, family? So, it's the morning after my first music release single, which is now out streaming on all major platforms. Just as a reminder, it's called We Movin Urf. And so, I was a little nervous, you know what I'm saying, releasing my work to the public at large. So, I just basically wanted to share my feelings about that whole process. I mean, so initially I wanted to create, my vision is to create music and lyrics that basically support the new wave and the new movement of where I feel I would like to see reality going towards, which is, a new paradigm, the new earth. I feel like we all have that power within us to create and to be the change that we want to see. So, in my song, We Movin Urf, is basically talking about, we moving from 3D, from the third dimension to the fifth dimension, which opens up so much more abilities, possibilities, capabilities, and love and creativity and magic and having the beautiful world that we want to see, working together in harmony and living in harmony with one another, um, living in harmony with nature, being abundant, having an abundance of overflow. So essentially, that's what the song was about. Just breaking through the paradigm of the old earth, the old false matrix system, and moving into the fifth dimension, which is a new era, the new golden age, the new era of Aquarius, the golden age of Aquarius, which is symbolic of creativity, abundance, love, joy, high vibes, good vibes, all of that. So that's what the song was. That was the context that the song was written about and for. You know what I'm saying? Is moving the earth. Me and other like minded beings like me moving the earth from the 3D paradigm to the 5D. And basically, I just wanted to give it a swaggy and swanky way to communicate that. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to be packed full of energy and yeah, high energy. I wanted to have a nice flow, a nice cadence to it. So, some of my influences, main major influences growing up, Pac was first and foremost for me. I love me some Pac. I love Scarface. I love, I'm not sure if y'all know or familiar with MC8. He's out on the West Coast. I love, you know, I was born when rap was born. Okay, so I can go all the way back, like to freaking, mm, some of these artists aren't the most uh, aren't the most politically correct, like Two Live Crew, NWA. Um, I grew up with gangster rap, but I also grew up with a lot of conscious rap with like Queen Latifah and Nas, and so then Mob Deep, and like I don't know, it just I just have a lot of influences, so I tried to incorporate a lot of those influences, but maybe one that you might be able to hear the most is my influence by Tupac. So yeah, so essentially putting that piece together, it was pretty seamless for me. I think it probably took me about a day, half a day to write it. And after I wrote it, the recording session was pretty seamless. It's a pretty fast-paced song, so I mean, I'm not gonna make it seem like it was effortless, because there's a lot of breath work and breath control that was needed for that delivery. So, but you know, it shoot, I figured it out, and I basically, it was like a one day session. It wasn't a full day. It's like, I think it was like an hour or two, maybe 2 hour, a 2 hour session that I took to record it in, and yeah, I just knew it was something special. You know, when I wrote it, We Movin Urf, like, to me, it's like, that's my Bible. Those are my scriptures. You know what I mean? Me, you already know, I feel like I am a God. I know I am a God. I'm a generator. I order those things in my reality of which I want to be, and I destroy, you know, which is the acronym for God: generator, order, destroyer. So, yeah. So that is my scripture. That is my testament. All of the lyrics in that song are scripture for me. You know, and I gave a shout out to the ancestors, you know, all of those who fought and died, you know, in the fight for justice, you know, for inclusion, for freedom, you know. So I just wanted to incorporate it, and plus I wanted to add a little bit of, you know, that hood shit talking in there. You know what I'm saying? That was important to me, because you know we good for that in the hood, baby. We good for shit talking in the black community. Come on now. I had to add some shit talking in there. So like when you hear they couldn't beat us, couldn't block us, so that means they couldn't stop us. How long we been under? How long we been under? You know, the enemies. I guess the enemy wanting to stop us from getting to the promised land. How many of our leaders have been assassinated from us getting to the promised land with hopes that they would stop us? Couldn't beat us, couldn't block us, so that means they couldn't stop us. We ascend in new dimensions. Oh, and I forgot to mention that we powerful as fuck. No, these gifts, they not no luck. Our DNA been activated. We lit and fully charged up, shining bright on these devils. They so scared cause we some rebels, wildin' on some pock shit. And we never gonna quit, cause we came to save the earth, sent by the universe. Now it's time that we ascend. Something, something, something. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, so that was the process. And then, you know, releasing it to the world was like, shit, I don't know how the hell the world gonna receive this, because it's a little different. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody's been conditioned and dumbed down to really not really listen to lyrics anymore, but to mainly listen to beats. And so that's the world that we live in. And so, you know, as an artist, you got to be cognizant of that. And I think of people like Kendrick Lamar, you know, Doechii. I think of people like Nas, you know, who really have content, like thought-provoking content to share, and how, you know, that could be so frustrating that society has been conditioned to overlook the art of the lyricism, because that's how rap started. That you know, our voices were basically shut out back in those days, and we didn't have an outlet to express for expression, and so we had to express ourselves through art, seemingly forever in a day. And a lot of the rap songs, we were expressing some of the same social issues that we face today in early rap. You know what I mean? Those things are heavily documented. Issues with, you know, police brutality and police killings, and, you know, racial injustice, and, you know, that's embedded in the system, and mass incarceration and all that stuff. All that stuff was already documented in early rap. So I just wanted to continue that legacy as well. You know, the legacy of documenting some of the issues and struggles that we've had. But shit, the highlight is that we've overcome. and that we are overcoming, and we will continue to overcome, and there's nothing that can stop us. That's the highlight. We move in earth. We change in the dynamic. We move in the dimension. We change in the reality. And as each one of us heals and each one of us awakens, this becomes more and more and more realistic, more true. We we etch this reality into stone as we awaken to our God power, each one of us individually. You know what I mean? This becomes more and more real, more and more tangible. You know, we can all be abundant. It ain't got to be a certain you know what I mean? You ain't got to be born in a certain bloodline to be abundant. You ain't got to be born, you know, in the 1% to be abundant. No, we all, that's our new reality. We all are abundant. We all have everything that we need and then some, through working together with one another, and sharing, and through unity, and through good energy, and, you know, just building and creating together the world that we want to see. So that's my reality. That's my reality. And that was the basis and the foundation for this song. So if you're a person who can tolerate lyrics, you know, I just challenge you to listen to the lyrics. I try to enunciate myself clearly enough so that, you know, you can pick it up. I don't know if I'm rapping kind of fast, and, you know, maybe you might not want to be able to hear it. But, you know, and then the fact that I rapped at all is also, you know, an interesting aspect, because y'all know I love to sing, right? And so I do have songs that I've sung and that I will be releasing. I'm thinking about releasing the next song will be probably a song that I've sung, because I was thinking about it today, that this first one was a little bit on the masculine side, and so to balance it out, I'll sing something that's, you know, pretty soft and aligned with my more feminine energy, because I like it to be balanced. So the second song is more of a reggae type vibe and feel, but it's soft, it's feminine, and yeah. So that first one, I'm sure was a little bit unexpected, because that it's brash, it's in your face, it's, you know, it, like I said, it's packed full of energy and a lot of bounce and a lot of punch. But that is because of the message that it's founded on. You know what I mean? It's constructed around the message of creating the new earth. So I'm serious about that. I believe that. I know that is within our power and our reach to move the earth from the third dimension to the fifth dimension, by bringing ourselves into balance, by bringing ourselves into harmony, by raising our vibration, by vibrating on a frequency, on our God frequency. Each one of us individually vibrating up to our God frequency, locked inside of these 12 strands of our DNA that are not junk DNA. This is the part of your DNA that you tap into that has your God energy in it, your God consciousness. The same God consciousness that Yeshua, the one who they call renamed Jesus, Yeshua was able to tap into his God frequency. That's why you see that he was able to do miracles and he was able to do magic. So these are my knowings, not my beliefs. These are my knowings that these are our capabilities. And the awakening is happening so rapidly across the globe, you know. It's just, people are awakening to this side of themselves, to this level of God consciousness. So that's why I always try to mention it in as many videos as I can, you know. Don't be afraid of your magic. Don't be afraid of your God consciousness. Don't be afraid, because fear keeps you locked out. Fear keeps you locked out of your power, and that's what the third dimension, the false matrix, those beings, entities, energies that created the false matrix want to keep people locked in fear so that they can stay out of their power. They want you to be afraid of those things that Yeshua was not afraid of and was very much a part of. So, yeah, once you cross that bridge of fearlessness, everything will unlock to you. Everything will unfold like a lotus flower, petal after petal after petal. You'll start to notice, and your consciousness will start to unlock, and your awareness will start to unlock, and you'll start to unlock gifts and abilities. Remember I said in the lyrics, I said our DNA been activated. We lit and fully charged up. That DNA, once you activate those 12 strands of DNA, it's a wrap. You in alignment with your God frequency. It's a wrap. And so that means that you have lifetimes of gifts, skills, and abilities that unlock within you. You know, gifts, skills, and abilities that were passed down as like heirlooms from your ancestors, passed down through your DNA. I'm trying to tell you, man, these are the things that we have to be aware of. That I'm trying to bring awareness through. I'm trying to bring awareness to through the music. So yeah, so the day after release, it feels, I don't know, I just feel a sense of peace around it. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't afraid. I mean, I don't, because since I've awakened, like, I don't have fear. I just don't have fear. Fear is not a thing for me. You know what I mean? Once you awaken to your God consciousness and activate your God frequency, there is no fear. It just is no fear. So, you know, I guess I feel balanced, really. It's just neutral. I was happy to get feedback, you know, on my different social media sites and stuff like that from people. And I'll take constructive criticism too. I'm not closed to that. I'm definitely open to that. Like I said, it's not perfect. You know, it's my first attempt. I feel like there were some areas where we could have hit a little better, but it's cool. It's cool for the first attempt. And I'm super excited about sharing the second one. For all of my Caribbean massive and Caribbean lovers out there. It's not a love song, but I do have some Caribbean love songs. But so anyway, the day after, that's how I'm feeling. And if you haven't checked out the song yet, I ask you to please check out the song. I challenge you to listen close to the lyrics, play it a few times, and you know, see what you get from it, see how you feel from it, and let me know. Come back and let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like, genuinely, you know, this came from the heart. It came from the soul. So it means that my intent was to stir your soul, or to, you know, stir up some thoughts, provoke some thoughts. So, you know, if whatever your thoughts are, just come back and let me know in the comments how it made you feel, what it made you think, if it resonated at all. I would love to know. I would love to know. And do you agree that we have the capability to change dimensions? All of us collectively, if we all change ourselves, do you think we're able to raise the frequency of the planet and shift into a new dimension. We can shift individually, but the thing is to move us collectively as a whole unit, as a whole body. The as the more of us that shift individually, I feel will make it that much easier for us to shift collectively, so that we can bring our planet and our world into more balance and harmony. Because we're out of balance right now, family. The world as we know it is out of balance. And that's on us. That's on us to fix. And we fix it through fixing ourselves. We fix it through raising our vibration. That's how we fix our world. We fix it through healing and fixing ourselves. So let me know what you think about the song. I appreciate, again, I appreciate your support. I appreciate your love. I appreciate the comments. If I appreciate you sharing the song. If you have the time, it's Sunday. I know if you don't mind sharing it on your social media and sharing it on TikTok, I would most graciously appreciate it. The song is in TikTok. The song is in Instagram. The song is in Facebook. So if you make any reels or any content and you want to put that as your background song, it's in there. All you got to type in is We Movin Urf. WeMovinUrf. And of course, my name is Akanke. Akanke. So, yeah. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. And you should be able to find it in YouTube as well. If you make a YouTube reel. Now that I have not tried. Or a YouTube short. That I haven't tried yet. Hold on one second. There's a helicopter. Hold on. So yeah, if you try to make a YouTube short and you look up We Movin Urf, you should be able to apply that to the short. Yeah, on any of the platforms. So I do appreciate all of your support and all of your love. Y'all already know I got all the love in the world for my family, and we